Jackie Chan, you know, just he's got those moves where, you know, you like when you fight one Chinese dude and it feels like you fighting 5 of them. That dude's like, where'd that leg come from?
Yeah, looks more confused than hurt. Like, huh? What happened?
He really does. It hurts my feelings when I see Jackie Chan. You know, the last vision I have of Jackie Chan, he's hanging around with Chris Tucker, got a smile on his face.
How long ago was that?
That's years.
That was like 98?
Yeah. Even with Rush Hour 3, all of them, he's just happy. He's having a good time. Just want to spread joy to the people. I'm used to seeing that twinkly smile on Mr. Chan's face right there. So it hurts me. It hurts me to see a depressed Jackie Chan. But not as much as it hurts you if you're the one that made him sad. This is the most dangerous, depressed person I've ever seen.
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself. Yeah. Don't hurt nobody else.
Yeah, he ain't joking around.
What would make you feel better? Beating the fuck out of you. And, you know, it's also where it makes me feel kind of proud to see him in that condition. I mean, I don't want to see him upset. But this is a Jackie Chan that I don't think I've ever seen. Of course, I'm not like all these other people have seen so much Hong Kong cinema and Jackie Chan films. I've seen him when he's angry. I've seen him when he's kind of irritated, you know.
Mm-hmm. You mostly seen him happy.
But I've mostly seen him happy. But I ain't never seen
or
him.
drunken.
Or drunk. But that's happy. Yeah. But I've never seen him as upset as I have in this movie. And why shouldn't he be upset? Dropping his girl off to pick up a dress for a school dance. She goes in there. It's supposed to be another innocent day, and I'll be damned, they didn't blow her ass up. And Jackie Chan said, man, that's the last thing I ain't got no family. I ain't got no dog. You know, all I got is this woman that gets on my nerves working at my restaurant. You know, I ain't got nothing now, so I ain't got nothing to lose. So whoever the people that did this, which are possibly the members of the IRA.
Lord help you.
God help you. He says very sadly, I'm going to kill these motherfuckers. And he's on his way to do it. Let's take a look at the trailer a little bit. Let's show you some of the stuff I'm talking about and a little bit more. And then we'll come back and give our review.
Mr. Hennessy, please find out the names of the bombers.
I work for the government, not terrorists.
You used to work for them.
I don't know who the bombers are.
Wrong answer for this man right here. Be prepared to go in. You are not going to get Happy Chan hanging out with a happy black man. Chris Tucker ain't gonna come in with them eyes. Hey, man, what's up, man? You said Chan? You know, it ain't, you're not gonna see. Oh, you like that racist shit, huh?
Well, it's not even gonna be Jackie Chan being goofy in his own movies.
No. Let me just say that again. You are not going to see any of that. This is a cold, dark, hard film right here, and they get right to the point in this. I love the I love the beginning of the movie because they don't waste no time. They have so there's his daughter. This is the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's like the first 30 seconds.
She gets out the car in the first 30 seconds. Kablam! They get rid of her ass quick. It's almost like Jackie Chan said, there can only be one Asian in this movie. You better get rid of this girl right here.
Damn.
But they want to get into the story very quickly too. They don't. It's such a cold movie that they don't have time for sentiments. You know,
they really did
father
cut
son.
the fat a lot.
No, they did.
This movie.
Yeah. No, they did. They really did. And
I mean, like at first I thought, well, it would have been nice to spend more time getting to see the two of them together. But then once it's all played out, it's like, no, they had other shit to get to.
Yeah, and then they actually played a point to show why they were so connected because of all these other tragedies.
Also, I ain't never seen it. I just wanted to give this movie a hug, man, because Jackie Chan is physically worn down by depression. It's almost like depression is the only enemy he wasn't able to beat. Depression.
Sad Chan.
Sad Chan.
To be the bad Chan.
Yeah, depression beat his ass, man. He is beat down. It's so much emotional pain in here that there's a part where he's so physically worn down. It's like he's almost overdoing it in some scenes. If some people's like, "Sir, you can we get you to the door? You have to go now." And he gets up and he can hardly walk around a chair.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Got those stooped shoulders.
Shuffling.
Yeah, he's shuffling. It's like, all right, come on, man, ain't that goddamn bad.
But lose a kid.
No.
But get over it.
Yeah. Jesus, man. Come on, man.
Don't you think it's a bit much?
Yeah.
You know how many Chinese kids
I've
need
had
adoption?
dogs die before. I know what it's like.
Yeah. Be like the rest of Hollywood. Just adopt another Asian kid. You're gonna be all right. Get a black one this time. You know, this is it makes him look old. You're almost like, man, somebody need to put this man in an old folks home. Yeah, somebody need to put him around people that can care for him.
Well, they mention his age a lot. You let this old man beat you up?
Yeah.
Like, look at Pierce Brosnan like, aren't you about the same age?
Yeah.
Chill though.
Yeah. But he's like, but I'm taller and more handsome. I was
Irish.
Yeah.
I was James Bond.
Yeah. Was that little fucker James Bond? No, now get him.
I like that he's turned into Sean Connery now.
Whoa! I don't know. This might be the first time I've ever heard him speak with his
Irish accent.
Irish accent.
He probably trained to lose that accent
Yeah.
and then had to get it back.
Because like this don't even sound real. It's like I'm going to the school. I'm like, yo.
I'm pretty sure he just went like, okay, I'll just be my father for this role.
Yeah.
Okay.
The movie kind of spins you for a curve because you don't get into fighting with him for a while.
Yeah.
There are moments where he's just polite. He's just going around the city. He's in London, by the way. You know, he's an immigrant who lives in London, where his daughter was raised, and so he's going around asking all the authorities, and he's just being very polite about it. He's like, please, just give me a name. Get any name. How close are you to solving this? Well, I made him sound Turkish or African. I don't know.
You totally did.
Help me, baby.
Help me, baby. Please, baby, help. Give me a name. But I'm just making him more sad now. That's not me. But he's politely just asking for people for a name. And
he'll wait all day.
He'll just sit in there. And what I like about it is that he's so polite that we've seen him ask so many times that we start to see him get impatient. Yeah. Now, other people can't get in, they can't see it because it gets to a point where when he feels like he's getting close, he starts getting more impatient. And that politeness that he has turns into veiled threats, little quiet threats.
What if your wife and daughter were killed by bomb?
I do everything in my power to get justice.
Who killed my child?
I don't know.
You will change your mind.
You're like, oh shit, okay, all right, shit. That's social security number, shit.
Excuse me?
Here's that name, here's a mama's name.
I've never seen someone who's 5'7" loom like that.
Whoa. He just overshadowed this man. Right? He's like, I'm about to whoop James Bond's ass right now. Yeah, it gets a little more threatening, and it gets to see this man who's so nice, who's been so patient, and now to see his patience get like worn out. Mm-hmm.
You are gonna get me those names.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man. It starts to feel like a threat. And here's the other thing. We're talking about Pierce Brosnan, man. I really like Pierce Brosnan in this movie because he is a slimy character without playing up the slime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's very complex. He's not just a straight up villain in this.
Oh, no.
I mean, he's caught up in a web of shit where he's like, well, I'm trying to do the right thing, but I am kind of caught up in this. And
Yeah, kind of like his past is caught up with him. It's not letting him.
You don't get to have a certain way you feel about him.
Oh, no. And he's not. We don't see him, walking around. I will say this: the closest thing he is to a slimy character. Every scene we see him, he's drinking.
Yes. Every scene is like, he's about Irish person pops up on screen. They are drinking. I was like, I know there's a stereotype, but like, it's
But goddamn,
yeah.
And they're in Ireland, and they're talking about. He comes in, he's like, "No, man, get me an Irish whiskey. I want to be a straight up stereotype."
Yeah, Jameson now. I'm like, whoa.
well, even his last name is Hennessy.
Yeah. These characters all have like really Irish names, and they just drink and say racist shit about Jackie Chan.
Mickey. I'm like, yo.
Every opening scene. Let me pour you a couple. That's all right. No, here you go.
He like a true alcoholic. He makes people drink.
Yeah.
He already has shit poured in when they come in. It's like a woman comes in with her child. He's already poured 3 drinks.
Yeah.
He drinking too.
Yeah. Jackie Chan even comes in and Pierce Brosnan's like, "You killed my dog." He's like, "No, your dog's fucked up. He's drunk." No, but it's never a moment where he's like, where the hell's that? He's as Martin said, he's a complex character, and he's also not so complex. He handles things like a real villain would, a real villain with henchmen, because y'all saw how Jackie Chan was about to threaten his ass, and You see how scared he is, and from that moment, he ain't playing around. He's like a real boss, a villain boss who wants shit done. When they can't catch him, he's like, man, get this motherfucker, man, before he gets me.
You're bringing them Streets of Rage bad guys.
Yeah.
Come on in.
He's frustrated.
Yeah.
He's like, when they come back, he's not like, I'll kill you all if you disappoint, if you fail me again. No, he's like, y'all didn't get him shit.
Yeah.
Well, man, get some more dudes in there.
Fucking old man is punking y'all. Come on.
Like, why you ain't get him?
And his henchmen's reactions are hilarious too. They have some great lines. I don't want to spoil any of them, but they had us all laughing.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious when they don't get him and they have to go face him.
Yeah. Every time it just cuts back to Pierce Brosnan, like, are you fucking kidding me? This old Asian man.
No, they don't say Asian.
No, they do not.
Like,
I was like, I didn't think people use the word Chinaman anymore.
well,
Yeah.
apparently that's the name of this book. It's called The Chinaman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they changed it to the foreigner for obvious reasons.
okay, yeah.
But
Except
yeah.
for when you need to be mad enough for him to whoop people's ass, like keep calling that racist Chinaman shit because you do say to yourself, it's like because everybody does it. Like he's just waiting out in the hall and the secretary in front of his face is like,
Yeah.
the little Chinaman is back again, and he's like, bitch, I'm sitting right here. And you get everywhere he goes. He's the little not Chinaman, the little Chinaman.
Chinaman.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's sad Jackie Chan, but it's also classic Jackie Chan. This is a guy, like I said, that is very cold and very violent, very raw. But you get classic Jackie Chan, and that Jackie Chan who does everything he can not to fight. The only person who wants to fight is that one or two dudes that pissed him off. But everybody else is like, look, I don't want to fight you. Yeah, everybody else, but not you.
I just want the names.
Well, it's one of these things that will make you really root for somebody when they have a code. And he very much has, I only want these people on this list.
Yeah.
You give me these names and I'm killing them. I ain't looking to kill nobody else. I'll do everything I can to not kill anybody else. But these fuckers on this name, they dead to me.
Yeah, had this been Schwarzenegger, Ireland would not exist.
No, exactly.
They might as well drop a nuke on that. But Jackie Chan is so polite that he even sets up polite bombs. Like they don't explode, just a sign comes out saying, this is what I could have done. Didn't mean to inconvenience, but next time, I can't promise anything. Just give me a name.
This time's a toilet.
Yeah,
Next time might be your house.
Yeah. I just blew your toilet up. You can get another one. Just please give me a name. I don't want to do this either. And it's also that classic Jackie Chan where he doesn't want to fight so much that when he sees danger coming, you almost get scared. Like you gonna run? You ain't gonna fight? That's what I paid money for. But not. Eventually they catch him, and we get that Jackie Chan that is forced to fight. And when he does, that's when you say, see, y'all should have left him alone. And he's like, that's another reason why I don't fight, because the shit hurts.
Yeah.
That's another thing I like about the fights is that when I say it's raw, he's getting his ass kicked a lot
Jackie
too.
Chan has been the only action hero who acknowledges that fights hurt.
Yeah.
Or that you can get tired in the middle of them.
Like he's that he's that Jackie Chan where he's the only action star where we know, like in scenes like this, that's a real hit probably. In an old Jackie Chan film, that would be like one of those the gag reels or
The bloopers.
the bloopers. Yeah. He turn up fucking and smile at the camera. Okay,
Jackie, okay.
yeah, give a thumbs up. But another thing about these fights, they keep talking about how old he is. Like he's, they keep saying he's 61. First of all, 61 is really not that old. And
To be getting hit with 2x4s, it is.
Yeah.
They've been doing a bunch of shit.
To be getting hit by 2x4s.
Because honestly, this is the first movie of his where I noticed the stuntman, because the stuntman was wearing a horrible wig most of the time.
A Jerry Lewis wig.
It's like they had two different stuntmen with two different wigs, and I would notice them those times. I'd be like, "Youch!"
It's a black dude with a straight hair perm. But some of these things is like, all right,
he's not doing anything unrealistic.
No, and he's maybe 61, but he's more flexible. Like everybody loves that scene in the trailer where Jackie Chan is on the roof or on the ceiling. Like some people talking about, where do you go? Right here, motherfucker.
Breathing down your neck.
The guy actually got his jacket claws out.
I mean, he's 61, but I wouldn't fight him.
Yeah,
Hell no.
Hell no.
No, hell no. Shit, he got his he's fighting kitty style. The other thing too, he's flexible. Jackie Chan, he's got those moves where you like when you fight one Chinese dude and it feels like you fighting 5 of them. That dude's like, where'd that leg come from?
Which one of y'all kicked?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, what the fuck? Who was behind me?
Like Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
Why you keep being all these spots?
Yeah, we're looking at a scene where it's like, we're looking at it like, yeah, whose leg was that?
Yeah. Looks more confused than hurt.
Like, huh?
What happened?
He really does. Now, how do you guys feel about the movie though, with the things that we've been talking about? Because we kind of been talking about it in a jokingly way, and which could mean that we're either making fun of it, and it's kind of a bad film, or maybe we're joking around because there's some funny stuff in there, but it actually is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about movies that were, I think, vastly different than the trailers, like, because with Death Day, I was like, all right, they changed some things, but it's still kind of what I thought it was going to be. But with this one, like, when you saw the trailer, you're like, all right, this is just going to be Jackie Chan's Taken, so it's going to be focusing on him going through the streets of London and Ireland, just messing up people and getting his revenge for his daughter. But then it turns into like a political crime thriller, like especially when it goes into to Pierce. I was about to say Morgan. Pierce Brosnan's character, because a lot of he takes up a good chunk of the film. Like I would say they probably split.
It's more his movie.
Yeah, it's more of him. So you spend more time with Pierce Brosnan and learning more about the IRA and his political ties and everything like that than Jackie Chan seeking revenge. So that was something I thought was drastically different.
Yeah, and I think they did that on purpose because Jackie Chan, he still just can't speak great English, and they probably felt like, well, we don't want this to be just a Jackie Chan.
You look at all the Chinese production companies that who have promos at the beginning. Me and him were laughing at how many of those they had.
Yo, there were 5 intro things before this movie started. It's like STX, Huawei,
H Brothers.
Yeah, the beginning of this movie like a Chinese menu, man.
Like it's like that Family Guy joke.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just one production company after another.
Yeah, like
they were all Asian.
Nope.
Yeah.
But with that, you can see why they would push Jackie Chan in the promos for like, oh, it's his movie. But you watch it, it's not only is it equally their movie, but I think Pierce Brosnan probably has more screen time.
Yeah, I think he does too.
And that political thriller, if it wasn't for that, it would be just like, okay, well, it's a good Jackie Chan movie, but it's like, man, this is just a good, solid political thriller on its own.
One thing that we all noticed, I think, the musical score in this movie is batshit insane.
Was out of control, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought up Streets of Rage because this sounds like a Sega Genesis game.
Yeah,
at
somebody gave this one dude a Casio keyboard and he just went crazy. I mean, he hung on the one notes for like minutes.
I looked it up because I was like, all right, like when it's that noticeable, I want to know who did this. And it's the same guy that did the score for Drive.
That's what I thought.
And Neon Demon. So like it's along those same lines of like that
same kind of Giorgio Moroder kind of thing.
Yeah, you can see the dude playing and just
doing runs.
It's like a car going like,
Yeah,
the movie.
it's just like an overcast shot of a city. Sounded like E.T. screaming in the bushes.
But it doesn't distract too much. But it does. I mean, there's a lot of things since the movie goes along where it's setting up that mode of a political thriller, but there's some things where I just don't think were necessary, and they take away from the movie for me. I don't think the movie wants to be a political thriller in a way, but it's just not that deep. Like the henchmen, I'm looking at this, and these henchmen are just stupid. That they are dollar store henchmen because
he buys his henchmen in bulk.
Yeah, because hold on, let me tell you because the whole thing is that I see them going into. I mean, we see things like we know. A movie like this where there's a guy hiding out in the woods, it's gonna be a Home Alone moment. It's like don't go in there because he set traps up everywhere, and it's like these dudes are just walking right in the traps, and he comes like a spider and just pulls them out.
Trapdoor Jackie.
Got that basement in the and I think they even made that sound with the keyboard.
I think it did.
I think you're right.
Right here, like, and I just thought, wow, man, y'all couldn't see that coming because I did. Like, nobody's looking for a tripwire. Everybody just walking right into it. And I
don't know why anybody would think all that's going to be happening.
Because the reason why I do because they've seen this guy, one man, beat 2 people. Then he beat 4 people. He's exponentially beating people. Then there's like 8 people. And then he blows shit up. And then Pierce Brosnan tells them, he's like, this guy, he knows way too much. We have to be careful with this guy because there's something going on with him.
Well, no, it's funny because you say that scene right before he gets taken in the trapdoor thing. One of the henchmen walks up and says, "This guy has special forces training. Like he left this note because of this and did that, and like he's saying this guy is such a skillful guy when it comes to killing people. We should look out for him." And then they just run straight into the forest.
Yeah. they just walk and they got through telling these guys, be careful.
That's us who are watching movies who have these inflated imaginations. But thinking like some actual guy is going to do that, and especially when you don't know how long he's been out there.
He was doing stuff like this beforehand, though. Like the bombs that he was making and the traps. Similar to what he did.
Those
in the
are
woods.
different sets of skills,
Martin. Everybody's like, we all saw it. You saw this shit, right? I mean, it's like, everybody, when they were walking, it's like, I know what's going to happen. There's going to be a trap door right here. There's going to be a tripwire here, and I ain't know. A pit. I mean, they go through all the tropes of a dude that's out, a special forces dude out in the woods, and they've seen this guy do damage.
Yeah, but you only know people who are like you. Like, do you know anybody who? Okay, outside of Felix, do you know anybody else who might set up stuff like that?
But the other thing that kind of counteracts that argument is that they're all IRA. So they know certain military people in the IRA, and they know about bombings.
We just don't see eye to eye on this, man.
They don't know guerrilla traps, but okay.
Okay, man.
Sure, we won't see eye to eye.
I'll tell you what, we'll be the ones who are like, watch Martin, man. You gonna set up a tripwire like we tried to tell him. I mean, for you,
blow up your toilet.
Nah, man. I understand. For you enjoyed the movie where you were able to overlook that. I want to enjoy the movie, but I could not overlook something like that. Let's just not even say for this character. It's just something that's just done in so many movies that it's kind of cliche at this point.
It's a trope.
It's a trope. Yeah. I will say that when I'm talking about the villains and the henchmen, I will say that I really couldn't wait for Jackie Chan to get to these people because you don't know them very well, these IRA members. And IRA is Irish Republican Army. They're considered a domestic terrorist group. But these guys are just straight up assholes, man. Because they come in and after they've blown up things and killed children and women, they come right in and pop a beer and like, how many did I get? Really?
Yeah.
Look. I'm gonna beat that record. They take the lead. Now, it's not like they're just fighting for their freedom. It's like, we're bloodthirsty, man. Yeah. I like that they are just them, and there's some other villains in here where they're just not they're bad, evil people, but they're not. Since it's Jackie Chan going up against them, they're not made to be just two-dimensional racist villains. They really are just overall just shitty people. And like I said, man, it is a raw film right down to the cinematography. A lot of the cinematography is handheld. A lot of it is very close to the action, but still registers. It's not a Luc Besson movie like Taken or something where they're just fighting for fun or they stop and actually start doing, kung fu fighting. It feels like they are fighting with military skill. And it's, being that you're centering on different aspects of characters here, you're dealing with not only the terrorists, but you're dealing with politicians, even with journalists. And it's when they go to these people that it does have the feel of a political thriller. It's very gray. It's not a colorful film at all. And that, it's because I think it wants to feel more mature. And the reason why it wants to feel more mature is because this is me thinking this. I think it wants to have a very careful approach because due to all the terrorism, domestic, ISIS, otherwise, wherever it's coming from, we've had a lot of mass shootings now. I think they want to be careful to not offend people because of the explosions that we see here. There's more than one, and they are rough. Mm-hmm. They are killing innocent people. There's some gun violence in this, in masses of people, and I think they want to be careful with that. And just to warn some people, I'm saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I didn't really get offended by it, but I understand if people are saying, I just don't think that in this climate right here, this is something that I would enjoy. Mm-hmm. And some people even say, I don't know why they would even put this out here. I'm not even mad at people thinking that. I totally understand. if your sensibilities are that high, it's not a movie for you.
I like that they took it more serious than like something like London Is Fallen,
Yes.
where they were just like explosion, people are dying.
Yeah.
Like no, with this you hear about the fallout, you know who's been touched by it, so they treat it with more gravity than something like goofy like London Is Fallen does.
And the people trying to solve it are competent.
Yeah.
There aren't very many incompetent people in
You know what?
this.
That's the thing that really bothered me about London Has Fallen is how they made the British government and all the cops and everybody just look like idiots.
Yeah, it's insensitive, man. I tell you though, with this, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up then. Let's start with you, Gertz. How do you feel about it?
It's an odd one for me, man, because I do have mixed feelings about it. I like Jackie Chan in it, even though he still doesn't pay his taxes, and I like Pierce Brosnan a lot in it too. And there's a point where I felt like they introduced almost too many story threads at once. But to be fair to the movie, I think it found a way to wrap them all up nicely, so it didn't leave any loose threads or anything like that. And the action is well done, but then there are parts of it that I don't know if they were meant to be funny or not.
Yeah.
But I did find them funny, did enjoy it, and I enjoyed it enough to give it a matinee.
Okay. Mr. Goodwin.
A lot of it got bogged. The drama parts got bogged down by multiple plot points, multiple characters that I didn't really deem to be necessary there, and just like I felt like they could have cut maybe like 15 to 20 minutes of like what Pierce Brosnan was doing in here. So yeah, it was enjoyable, but it's not something I would go out to a theater and see. It's a rental for me.
Okay. Martin.
Well, I remember back when we saw the trailer and you guys were kind of snickering through it, and I thought, you know what? I see a good movie that could be here with this. And I feel like this lived up to that potential and actually even surprised me with even more. It worked for me on so many different levels. It's easily a full price movie for me.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. I probably agree with the young ones here a little bit more, the kids, because with this, yeah, it started out very dramatic. It started out, it started to go in a direction where I thought it would have been more of a smarter thriller. But after a while, it did start to hit those tropes. I talked about the henchmen, and it's something I left about in the trailer, and it's still here. They got that moment in the movie where they're like, oh, who is this guy? Then they got that moment like, oh, he's special forces, and to be special forces, they go and find his information on a laptop real quick and very easily, and it's just hitting moments where, man, you got a smart premise and you got the dramatic gravitas to go ahead and try to pull this off, but really you're still just another action film when it goes down to it. But I will say that I enjoyed it. I mean, about as I feel guilty saying it. You enjoy it about as much as you can about a movie about terrorism. It is fun. It's barely a matinee. It's because this is mostly a rental, but it moves well enough. And as I said, it is smart enough to give it credit for trying to go there. And I give it a very low matinee. I'm almost like you, though. I don't think if you don't see it at a matinee, it's going to work just as well at home.
Yeah, I feel like watching this on like TNT or USA, you'd be like, oh, I like that.
I wouldn't go that far because you're saying you're just waiting for it to come on. I say if you see it on Netflix, go out your way to like click on it. You'll have fun,
Put forth real effort
I know,
and load it on Netflix.
Yeah, and if I think you're somewhere between Martin. I mean, if you really need to go do something that day, need to go see a movie, just go ahead. Just don't be like Martin and go see it if it's off in the woods somewhere and they got traps set up because Martin gonna kill himself trying to get to this film.
Come on, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. How many people do you know who set traps in the woods?
Oh, I can't tell you, man.
Exactly.
I'd have to kill
That many,
you.
huh?
I like the way. You know what? I like Martin's argument. Like if we talk about, man, that's a bad superhero, man. Well, how many people do you know can fly, huh? You don't know that many. How many superheroes do you know?
I ain't never said
none.
that.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's an action movie with a fictional action hero. Like, how many fictional action heroes do you know? None, because they're fictional.
But you make it sound like, man, everybody knows that somebody will go out there and set traps. Not really.
If you working for a boss that has that much money to hire you, you should know. I'm sorry.
I feel like a good chunk of them. I feel like a good chunk of them were ex-military, so they probably should have had some kind of idea of what was going on.
Like everybody who kidnaps a kid, like, I don't know, he might be one of them Home Alone kids. I ain't gonna mess with him.
Crazy.
I don't want to get hit with a paint can.
That's crazy. Like, I can't say nothing about a movie now, and anything. Man, James Bond, I don't know if you do that, man. How many super agents do you know? Fuck, shit, man. I don't know.
Man, he's kind of like setting traps for him the whole time. It's like, he might set up traps for us in the woods too. Nah.
Yeah. We're good. Hey, How many people do you know set traps?
Felix.
How many? You know Wile E. Coyote?
You know one.
Okay, Felix.
Yeah, and I'm not looking for him in the woods.
Yeah.
You will never make it out.
And I never will look for him in the woods. Because I know he'll do that shit.
I ain't going out there, man. Felix might be out there.
Out there I would not be out there in the woods with Felix. Felix be like, oh, hey, Corey, how you doing, man? Hey guys.